só na vida que a vida.
Hello friends, I'm getting ready. I thought I would kind of chit chat a little bit while I'm doing my get ready with me. I wanted to do a little like Valentines self-love, self-care type of vlog this week. I think it's because I've been really thinking about self-love in generally in the last few months. I've been doing a lot of self-work, also stuff with my therapist, and I don't know, I feel self-love has become a really big word for me in 2025. I think it also has to do because I'm turning 30 this year, that it has a little bit more of an extra meaning. I feel I've always been like a pretty confident person. I mean, obviously with ups and downs, and I always thought that confidence kind of goes hand in hand with self-love. I always thought like, well, if I'm confident, I must love myself enough, and I've really noticed that that's actually not the case. I've had so much stuff to do to truly love myself first, and it's freaking hard. And I think especially for us women in this today's society, we can totally be our own critics. We are often so hard on ourselves for absolutely no reason. I actually posted something the other day on my Instagram. I don't know, it felt like a little bit vulnerable to post. So many of you commented underneath it in a way how they could relate so much. It was 5 things I knew earlier about self-love, and the first one was your inner voice shapes your reality. And it's something that I've really realized. The way you speak to yourself truly matters. Words become thoughts, your thoughts become your reality. So the way you speak to yourself is so extremely important. And I think I would even sometimes verbally, like out loud, say things like, oh, I'm not good at this, or like, I'm not good at X, Y, and Z, or like, oh, I am really bad at blah blah blah. And there's absolutely no reason for yourself to tear yourself down. And I always like think now of like, if you wouldn't say it to a friend or your best friend or your younger self, why would you say it to yourself right now? And obviously this is so much simpler than done, because so many of us have a little voice in our head just talking to us. But I feel like just being aware of the way we speak to ourselves is going to help so much with self-love and self-confidence. I don't know, I truly have been working on it, and I feel it's really helped. Another one that I feel like a lot of you resonated with, and this is something I need to repeat to myself over and over and over: your worth isn't tied to productivity. Because for so long I felt valuable if my day was productive in whatever I was achieving or whatever I was creating. And I really started to realize that I don't have to check off things off a list to be worth of love and to be worth of fulfillment. And I think this is a really hard thing. It has been a hard thing for me, and it kind of like still is, because that is truly how I still feel good about myself when I achieve things throughout the day. And it's not a bad thing to have, right? Like, it is good to have like motivation and discipline and daily goals, but it can definitely swing the other way, where if you tie your self-value and your self-love to it, it can become a very, I don't know, I would say like a toxic relationship with productivity. And it's something that I have personally really had to work through, and hopefully getting better in a little bit. But yeah, I don't know if you guys can relate to it, but I feel like a lot of you can relate to that thing where it's like really hard. I also feel boundaries are a really big part of self-love, because being able to put boundaries up, you're going to be able to protect your energy, you're going to be able to protect yourself, your love. And I think that way in the long run you're going to be way better in showing up for anyone else, like a friend, as a partner, in your workspace. But setting boundaries is so important to develop self-respect and to develop self-love, and this can sometimes be really hard. Saying no is, I don't know, there's a lot of power in saying yes to opportunities, to saying yes to things, but saying no, honestly, I feel I'm learning that there is also a lot to learn there, and it's sometimes even like harder to do that. But I feel practice will makes it easier, and that's the thing. You just gotta practice it over and over and over. Awareness is like the first step, right, for any type of transformation and change, and I feel like being aware of these things is already such a important step. And I feel in the past few months I have become very aware of these things, and I've also really become aware of like where to still grow. Because like, think about it, I don't know, I truly want to live a life where I am feeling so fulfilled and so happy with myself, and where I just truly live life through the fullest, where I don't judge myself, where I can just feel completely free, and where I can be completely free. I think that's obviously the goal. I would lie if I would say I am there, but definitely like implementing these little things have just really helped. I've been doing like little affirmations in the morning, and at first when I thought about it like months ago, I was like, oh my god, this feels so awkward, and I was like, is this really gonna help? But by doing affirmations and actually like thinking something is so different than actually verbally saying it. So I've been doing these affirmations, like writing, but also like actually saying it out loud, and what happens is that your brain is creating new neural pathways, and again, these thoughts become reality. So I've been really loving it. At first I was like a little uncomfortable, and then after I was like, okay, the fact that I feel discomfort in it means that there is something to explore. And this is one of the reasons I created a 7-day self-love program on Soul Sync Body 2, where we do like 7 days of guided affirmations, and I had so fun doing it. So many people in the community are like loving it. I've been doing it every day. It literally takes 2 to 3 minutes. Sometimes I just do it in the car or when after I get ready or something. So I'm gonna do it after I get ready. I'm also just doing super quickly my makeup. It's like really freaking gray outside, so we need a little something. Let's see. How are you guys? I feel January's been a really weird month here in LA, to be honest, and I can definitely feel that energy a little bit, you know, with the fires and just like, I don't know, the US in general. But I'm just curious, how are you guys doing? How is January going so far? Okay, I really like this color. I know you can like barely see it. It is the Kosas Hot Liner. This is the color Hyaluronic. Okay, I need to look up the color, but it's really pretty. Talking about self-love, I know like you guys haven't seen Max lately in the vlogs. He's been traveling so much. I even saw comments and were like, are they separated? No, it's been traveling so much for, he had like a bachelor party, and also for Nekahama, because Nekahama is really operating worldwide, which is for a small company kind of rare. Very often people concentrate on one market first, but we're so international through like Asia, Europe, and here, that he just has to travel a lot. And then whenever he is in town, we just spend a lot of like very much quality time together, which is, by the way, my first love language. And I always try to be really present, so I'm like not really vlogging so much. But yeah, we're married, we're still together, but you don't see him as much in the vlogs because we spend not as much time together. I actually started to reflect on him, because the other day, like a lot of people asked like, oh, is it super hard? And I was like, well, of course I really miss him. It doesn't feel like that hard. And I was like, I wonder why. And then Katsu was gone for the weekend, and I think it's because I have Katsu. Like, it really keeps me company. Like when I wake up, there's someone there to say hi to me, and I truly don't feel alone. But like when Katsu was gone and I woke up all alone and Max was not there, I was a little sad, and I was like, wow, if I did not have the dog, I think I would feel much more lonely. But Katsu is the freaking best. It's his birthday this week. He's turning 4, so I might like bake him something or whatever. Sometimes you just gotta take a deep breath. I don't know if you ever feel that. It's hard talking about emotions and going through them. I think for so many years I've really always trained myself to like turn emotions off, and I think it's been only since in the past few years that I've really been like trying to lean into it, and like, as I said, just like really embrace thoughts and feelings, and like truly not judging myself. I think throughout my modeling years, I actually feel like my self-love has really been challenged there, because as a model, you're always going after perfection, right? Like when you're creating an image, when you're on set, everything has to be perfect. Creating this campaign image or magazine image, it's all about the perfect hair, the perfect makeup, the perfect look, the perfect everything. And I think I just came so, I don't know, it just felt so much like I had to be a perfect person, and like I was always striving to being a perfect person. And we're not perfect. Humans are not perfect. We're messy. We can have, you know, odd thoughts, and like not everything in life is perfect. And I think that is something that I have like really had to work through in the past few years, of just kind of letting go. Yeah, I feel this is where like my own self-love kind of like really came in, honestly. Alrighty, so I'm gonna open up the app. I usually do this with headphones, but my headphones are dead right now. So for today, I have my love affirmation. That's what I'm going to do now. I honor my body and it all does for me. Also, I will link the program down below. You can join it at any time, and you can add on the program to any of your workout programs. We have a 7-day free trial, so even if you just want to try out the program, you totally can. And I will put all the link down below. Today, we're embracing and loving the beautiful body you've been given. Take a deep breath in and exhale slowly. Your body is amazing. Today we're going to shift our focus and express gratitude for all that it does for us. Breathe deeply and repeat after me. I honor my body and all it does for me. I honor my body and all it does for me. I treat my body with care, respect, and kindness. I treat my body with care, respect, and mindfulness. I am grateful for my body and all the ways it supports me. I am grateful for my body and all the ways it supports me. I love and appreciate every part of myself, just as I am. Hi buddy. Oh, are you a birthday boy this week? You are a birthday boy. You're 4 years old. Shall mom bake you a dog-friendly birthday cake? Butternut squash peanut butter? Yeah? Isn't he the freaking best? Isn't he the freaking best? Oh no, are you burping? Are you burping? Oh, are you coming on the bed with me? You bring so much love in my life. Okay, I am craving some brownies. Chocolate is just my absolute favorite thing in the entire world. Like if I ever have a sad day or I'm ordering dessert, like chocolate is the first thing that I always reach for and kind of like look for. And this is not just a chocolate brownie, you guys. I have to tell a little bit of the backstory. I don't know if you remember, but about a year ago or maybe 2 years ago, I did a big Coachella house together with Shop My. We did a big Coachella house with Soul Sing Body, and we had like Soul Sing Kitchen do a pop-up there. And one of my good friends, Chef Jesse Barber, is an incredible chef, runs so many amazing restaurants and does all this like farm to table type of food. We've been experimenting a lot in the kitchen, and he's been cooking a lot here, and very often I had like friends over here who are all gluten and dairy free. Welcome to LA. So I asked him to make a gluten and dairy free brownie during the Coachella like staycation. We had this whole weekend, the whole thing, and I kid you not, everyone walked away from this weekend asking and being obsessed about the brownies. Like anyone you would ask, even my friend Gracie Norton, like we would be partying all night, come back home and just be eating these brownies all morning. And I know sometimes things taste better after you party, but I kid you not, like even sober, these brownies were so freaking amazing. The recipe is quite interesting. It's not the easiest. I mean, it's definitely not difficult, but that is kind of the magic of this brownie recipe. You can really notice that these brownies have like a chef's kiss to them, literally. I think this technique, I don't think I would have come up with it, but it really makes the brownies just the perfect amount of moisture. Like they're dense, they're gooey, like they're literally the best. And you can also make a ganache with it. If I have time, I'm gonna make a chocolate ganache with it. I don't know if I have time because it's getting a little dark already, but we're gonna try. I actually have the recipe on my app, so let me see. It's the gluten-free and dairy-free brownies with chocolate ganache. We put like little flowers on it. I mean, I don't have those cute flowers, but yeah, we're gonna make this.
You're so calm today. You're a little sleepy.
Okay, here I got some of the ingredients. So for the base, I'm gonna use almond flour. I'm gonna use these dark chocolate chips. I really like these. These are from Hue Kitchen. Cacao powder, some coconut cream. I feel this is kind of the secret to the sauce. And then I found these like freeze-dried raspberries, and I think if I'm doing the ganache, this will be so pretty on top of it. So this is it. I'm gonna cheat a little. I'm gonna put this in the microwave for a hot second. You can also use a double boiler, but this is gonna be a little easier. I need a quick little protein snack. I like these little chums. It's a beefy stick while I'm cooking. Done. The key here is really not to over mix it, because this will like really gives that amazing gooey texture, so it feels kind of thick. I was debating between putting it in here or in here, and I feel this is so much prettier, but I have a feeling it's gonna be too small, so I think I have to go with this one. It's okay, I'll take it out and it will be pretty. I like to use a little parchment paper underneath it, otherwise it's just always like hard to kind of get it out, I feel. Okay, so we're simmering a little bit of the coconut milk. So this is gonna make the chocolate ganache. Let me tell you, this was to die for. So good. Okay. I hope this is gonna work. I don't know why. It doesn't look promising, but... Okay, there you go. The consistency is getting thicker. And then I just gotta put it in the fridge and pour it over. brownie looks so freaking good. Okay, we're gonna do a little taste test. So I recently got this plate from Amazon. It's just so crazy what you can find on Amazon. I saw it somewhere, I think it popped up on Pinterest or something, and I thought it was so cute, and then later I saw it on Amazon and I was like, wait, I need to buy it. I love this type of shape and I thought this was just kind of like a fun accent. I also have one size up, so a little bigger one, but I feel for this. So perfect. I also got myself a little cup of tea, a coffee and a tea with a brownie. It's just everything. It's happiness. It's actually funny because this is how I really got into cooking and baking. Like, I as a kid was baking almost every day, every weekend, and I feel brownies were kind of my go-to, and I think they were one of the very first things I actually learned how to make by myself. So the brownies, they have some history. Without the brownies, we wouldn't be here today. Let's do a little taste test. I hope they turned out well. They've been out for a little bit, so. The ganache on top, wow. You can find a recipe on the Soulsing Body app, but I'm also gonna link it down below, so I will send it on email for you if you just want the recipe. It is so good. Thank you, Chef Jessie, for helping co-create this gorgeous, insane brownie. You know what I think is like kind of so cool about social media, I was like thinking about this lately, is how truly it doesn't matter like what kind of skill and hobby or talent or whatever you have. I feel if you have something to share with the world, like you can basically through social media make a company out of it. People who make pottery, or people who, I don't know, the amount of stuff that I find through creators or people who are posting things online is really amazing. There's so much opportunity for so many people to do something that they're truly passionate about and actually monetize it and actually make a living out of it. And I just think that is so cool. Like, if you're into baking stuff, I don't know, start baking, share it online. And it might be first like only 100 people or 10 people who care about it, you know, once you post it. But if you really think about it, like 10 or 100 people, it's a lot of people. I had this conversation with a friend of mine, and he was actually saying there is no better time to do it. And I was like, huh, really? That's interesting. And he was saying like, yeah, even though people think like they might be late to the game, there's not such a thing, because right now the amount of tools we have to actually start things is really crazy. And if you're able to like unlock these and like use for your benefit and your ability, he was saying like now with AI and ChatGPT, like the amount of strategy and content and ideas and things you can learn in such an amazing way and literally have it all spit out for you is truly amazing. And even like a lot of algorithms on like YouTube and Instagram and like TikTok and whatever are favoring a lot of new type of creators. And I think this does not only count to starting in social media, I think this also applies to starting your own business. I know that there are so many inspiring entrepreneurs or people who maybe just started their business or maybe are aspiring to do something else. And I think like my biggest tip has always been just do it. And I know that sounds so much easier than it is, but it truly does not have to be perfect while starting it. I also think that's like a really cool thing about social media nowadays. It's like people can so much easier than before start monetizing their passions and like what they want to do and like make that their full-time job. Like the other day there was this girl, I think she kind of blew up overnight. It was like doing pottery and like plants and stuff, and like she made such cool things. And I was like, how cool is that? That first that was like her hobby and that's all she wanted to do, and now purely because she got the word out there, so many people are buying her products and supporting her, and she's able to make a living out of it. Like, you are never gonna know everything you need to know before starting. I can tell you that every day I feel it's problem solving, it's learning new things, and you don't have it all figured out, and that's okay. Like, that's the journey of it, and don't let that hold you back. I don't know, it's just like really cool to see so many amazing people online do amazing things. And I also want you to know that that is something that you're also capable of doing. I've been on a good side on the internet, where I've been like, my algorithm I feel has been like really curated, and I love seeing people create beautiful things. Like I love a lot of like plant accounts and like baking accounts and like all of that. But I don't know, it was just a thought that I had, and I thought it was like his perspective was really interesting on social media, because like my first reaction was kind of like, yeah, I don't know, maybe it is very oversaturated, but the way he was proposing it and saying it, like, well, actually there's so many tools out there, it's so much easier now than before. And I was like, that is so true. Like the amount of times, like ChatGPT is probably one of my most used apps on my phone, also because I put a lot of spelling through it and little things before I send out emails and stuff, so I have to say that. But there's a lot of information you can learn from that and build structures, and I think that is truly amazing if you can build that to your benefit. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna enjoy this. Again, I'm gonna link this down below. I can send you the full recipe. So good. Let's see, I'll try to call my friend. Let's see if she picks up. Where's Max? I hope you enjoyed this little self-care vlog. Let me know in the comments down below what else you guys would like to see in the upcoming months. I'm making a really big trip to India, which I'm excited about. I will vlog it. I feel like I've really missed doing the travel vlogs, so I feel after like Utah, I was like, you know what, I think I want to vlog my trip in India, and I think that will be like so special. So we'll do that, so that will come up soon. But let me know what other type of videos you would like to see. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and put your notifications on so you can see whenever I post new videos, and I will see you next week. Love you.